Hi guys. I'm looking for my cigarettes. It's the wrong pack. This is Sandra Aon, your home care provider. Um, I don't look for sympathy. I don't look for I don't look for, oh my God, I feel so sorry for her. I don't look for someone to say, and I've been told, like, you know what, Sandra, I'm gonna adopt you. And I'm thinking to myself, maybe it would be a good thing to be adopted, you know? And then I can have some kind of guidance. And then I would have a proper upbringing, I suppose. I don't know. So if I get a little emotional, I want you guys to understand, not my tears, not my not not my pain. I want you guys to understand the message, okay? I took yoga, I took Pilates, I took swimming, I smoke a pack of cigarettes a day. And it was funny because I had people that would jump in the swimming pool, and here's this chubby Mexican girl with an attitude that jumps into the swimming pool, and I can swim. It's 25 yards from one end to the other end, and I can swim 50 yards in 1 minute, which means I swim 25 yards in 30 seconds, you know? I get to the end of the pool, and you had all these little teeny boppers that were out of breath, and they couldn't understand how come they were out of breath, and here I am, like, super old in comparison to them. And I told them, I said, you know, when I swim, one of the things that I have to give my body is oxygen. So I may not swim properly, but I swim, and I give my brain oxygen, and my brain says, I got oxygen, I'm okay, and my heart rate doesn't go up, and it just stays there, you know? So I'm not looking for empathy. I'm not looking for sympathy. I'm not looking for an adoption, you know? What I want to do is I want to teach you guys. I want to teach you guys what the process is. Right about now, people are beginning to see how important home care workers are. But it's not just how important home care workers are. how important people are in general. Everything you do matters. My son, I believe he said he's atheist. And I've been saved, and on August 21st will be 3 years that I've been saved. And I say saved because I got mad. And I said, you know what, Lord? Actually, I didn't even call him Lord. I said, you know what, dude? Check this out. All these people are telling me that all I have to do is try to be like you. And you'll never leave me, and you'll always be there for me, and you'll always protect me and take care of me and guide me and show me. And all I have to do is try to be like Jesus when he was here. It's just not, I'm not preaching to you guys. I'm not, by far, I'm not preaching to you. What I'm telling you is that I haven't seen this man fail. Not once. And it'll be 3 years on August 21st when I got really angry and they said to me, bow your head and repeat this prayer. And I didn't bow my head. And I didn't repeat the entire prayer. What I did is I looked up to the sky and I said, you know what? Okay. Make a deal with you, man. I'll make a deal with you. They're telling me that all I have to do is try to be like you. All right, cool. I'll try to be like you. And then I figured out what the meaning of what would Jesus do meant. And it meant to me, before I did something, I had to go back and reflect. Would Jesus do this? Before I acted or did anything. And I came with my answer. And then I had to get educated because they have a Bible, and the Bible is supposed to be an instruction. What is it? I can't even remember what Bible stands for. It's before leaving Earth, something like that. Instructions before leaving Earth, something like that. Basic instructions before leaving Earth, something like that. I don't know. My brother told me this a long time ago. I can't remember. I thought it was pretty good. So then I had to educate myself in how the Bible worked. And I had to figure it, you know, I could, if I wanted to, I could quote stories, and I can quote, I could, if I wanted to tell you, sorry, I probably need some tissue. Give me a second. Sorry, the tissue's at the door. I'm smart enough, and I have a hell of a memory, that I can probably quote you from the book of James. It says, you know, but what I did is I started going to church, and I started listening to the messages. I didn't follow the preacher. I followed the message. And I went to different churches, and I started following it, and I started applying it to myself, and I started applying it to everybody. When I saw that somebody needed it, I gave it to them. I told them, I said, hey, look, this is what the Bible says. But not just necessarily what the Bible says. This is what I have experienced. So this video is titled John's Death. On March 2nd, we're now in June, today's June 10th. On March 2nd, I woke up at 4:30 in the morning. I went to the back of the room. In the back, I had to use the restroom, actually. At the back of the room, I had to use the restroom. But every time I passed through the restroom, I do it purposely because I wanted to make sure that that Chuck was breathing just so I could feel safe because he's 85, you guys. And then John was 69. So I go in, and John was sleeping on and off. It was just super terrible. I couldn't sleep. I couldn't eat. I've lost about 30 pounds. I don't know if it's because of the dentures or just I don't eat, I don't sleep, I don't rest. And I went in there and I said, John, are you okay? And he says, yeah, I'm okay. I said, good. The day before, he says, Sandra, I'm cold. I had the nurse that came in and gave him a shower. He says, Sandra, I'm cold. I said, okay, I'll put another blanket on you. After the bathing nurse left. And I came back in there and he says, Sandra, I'm still cold. And I said, okay, John, I'll put another blanket on you. And then I came back in there again and he said, Sandra, I'm still cold. And I said, okay, you know what? I have a heating blanket. Let me put the heating blanket on you and you'll be fine. And I put the heating blanket on him and cranked it up to 7. It goes up to 10, you know? I don't want to fry him. Hello. It had been difficult trying to take care of his sores that he had. I had hired 3 girls to help me take care of him, along with myself. I would pay $100 a day to have both of my gentlemen, both of my boys, my guys, my Charles and John being taken care of, you know, and it was okay. And there's like 30 days in a month, and some months have 31 days. So I figured it out, and I was able to do it somehow by the grace of God, right? Because only He knows why He does what He does. So I came in at 4:30, and I was like, John, are you okay? He's like, yeah, I'm okay. I went back to sleep, and then I got back up again about 5:30, 6 o'clock, I don't remember. John, you okay? He's like, yeah, I'm okay. Check on Chuck. Chuck's still sleeping. He's a log. John had been keeping us up. In the middle of the night, he was screaming, somebody help me. Somebody help me. Somebody get me out of here. My legs don't work. I can't walk. I can't get up. And the reason he was yelling that was because he couldn't move his legs. They had debilitated him so much at the rehab place that the muscles in his body were gone. He was in the rehab for about 4 months. And I told John, I said, John, if you get tired of this, all you got to do is hand up my business card. And what I'll do is I'll come straight down here. And let me tell you something. These people may seem like we work for them, but no, they work for us. So when you get tired, there's an old saying that says you either take a shit or you get off the pot. And excuse the language. You take a shit or you get off the pot. I told him, when you get tired, John, you let me know and I'll come and get you. So on June 22nd, he said, Sandra, I'm tired of this. And I said, okay, what do you want me to do, John? He says, come and get me. I said, not a problem. So I started through my hospice company. I need a bed. I need a commode. I need underwears, because I don't like calling them diapers. I need supplies. I need medication. I need this. I need that. I'm going to get a list for you. And I got everything. I emptied out a room that was spare, and I put John in it. And you guys seen him in my videos. I got everything that John needed. His muscle mass was gone. He had been laying in a bed with a speech therapist that he didn't need because he didn't need it, I guess. When I got the bill, you guys, the mail, Medicare had billed $22,000 per month through that rehabilitation center. And John was still not better. He had a psychiatrist, he had a therapist, physical therapy, he had speech, he had his food mashed up into purees he didn't want to eat. And because I knew too much for my own good, I was I wasn't an asset. I was more of a liability. So I told John, when you get tired, let me know. And when he got tired, I went ahead and I took care of it. I had my own company that was going to assist me, and they're a great company, you guys. So if you guys need someone to assist you, I highly recommend this company. You just got to reach out to me and tell me. I brought John home on the 23rd of June. It was an extremely difficult process. I realized why people were calling me to say, "Hey, Sandra, here's the hours. Can you please fill out my timesheets? I really don't have the math for this. I don't have the brain, but these are the hours I worked, and I need your help. Can you please help me?" And then I realized, I said, oh my goodness. When I got down to filling out these timesheets, I realized why people that worked the hours that I worked didn't really have the time to sit there and do the math. So I commend you guys. I commend you because I know what I'm doing, and I was overwhelmed. And that's one of the biggest things, the biggest reasons why I go ahead and I help people. I help them, and they pay me to a certain degree to where I can lay my head down at nighttime and say, oh my God, I did good. For example, Juan needed my help, and I have a clean conscience, and I feel good because I took care of Juan, and I helped them. You know, Marie over there didn't know what she was doing, and I lay my head down and I have a clean conscience knowing that I did something good, right? Because I realized how hectic it was. And I had 3 people helping me. So I got up at 6:30 and I had to use the restroom because I have a peanut bladder. Many of you guys know I've had kidney stones. I've been in the hospital, and that's not a joke. I'd rather have a baby than a kidney stone. But 6:30, I woke up again and I'm like, John, are you okay? And he said, yeah, I'm okay. So I told myself, you know what, Sandra, just go back to sleep for another hour because you have to take your son to school. This was on a Sunday. And I said, okay. I went to sleep. I woke up an hour later. Okay, I got to get my kids ready. He has to go to school. Well, I got up and I went and I checked on Chuck, and Chuck was still sleeping because he likes to sleep in. And then I looked and I said, John, are you okay? And John didn't answer. John, are you okay? And John didn't answer. So I have to find out why John is not answering, right? So I go over. I get closer and I touch his forehead, and his forehead is cold. His eyes are wide open. He has blue eyes. He had blue eyes. And his eyes were black. And around the black part of his eyes was blue. The most beautiful blue I've ever seen. It's such a great contrast, you know? Oh, sorry. You know what's right? John was cold. Now, I mentioned to you guys that I found my rosemary. So I had an idea of what that was. I picked up the phone. I called my hospice company because that's what we're supposed to do. And I couldn't get through. Maybe I was dialing wrong. I don't know. But it's not very hard to dial 911. So I dialed 911. And the police came. And the young lady on the phone, the operator, she says to me, can you, I need you to do this and I need you to do that and I need you to do this and I'm in shock and I don't understand what's going on and 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 I know what's happening, but the last thing I wanted to do was touch John again. Because I already knew. I'm in shock. And the operator says to me, so does that mean that you don't want to cooperate with us? How do you know he's dead? I said, fine. Tell me what you want me to do. Tell me what you want me to do. And I'll be honest with you guys, I don't remember. I just remember, I think I picked up his head from the bottom of his head and then it came down and the operator asked me, well, what happened? And I told her nothing. She says, well, paramedics and the police are on their way. I said, okay. John's room and Chuck's room are on this. They were one room apart. Well, thank you so much. So I went over and I sat down and on Chuck's bed and I just kind of squished his legs over and I said, hey Chuck, wake up. And he looks at me startled because I've never woken him up. And I said, Chuck, wake up. And he wakes up, he goes, what's wrong? And I said, Chuck, I said, John's dead. And he started crying. And I said, but Chuck, I don't want you to be scared, okay? Because I just called 911. The police are coming and the fire department and I guess everybody they dispatch is coming. So I don't want you to be scared, okay? I just need you to know what's going on. And he started crying and he says, he's in a much better place. And I said, I know he is. I know he is. And I just held my Chuck. I just held him. Okay. The police get there. The ambulance gets there. They pronounce him dead. And then they start asking me, I'm the home care provider, and they start asking me questions. And he lives there in my home. And they start asking me questions. Well, where's his Medi-Cal book? And what time did you notice? And where's his medication? And where's this? And who's taking care of him? And so I had to take a deep breath and I had to put all my feelings to the side, all my pain and my anger and my anguish and my depression and I just had to put it all to the side, my tiredness, everything. I had to put it all to the side and I had to stop. And I had to be uncaring to a certain extent. I had to focus. Someone has to be in charge. I had to focus. Okay, where's the paperwork? Where's his information? Where's his ID? Where's his medication? Okay. Well, ma'am, if you don't have it, you know what? And I told the officers, like, just give me 1 second, okay? Just bear with me and give me 1 second. Everything's here. Just give me 1 second, okay? And I don't want to say I put them on check, but I put them on check because I'm already overwhelmed and I'm going through a lot of stuff and I just lost. I didn't lose my boss. I lost my friend. He's my friend. I worked for him for 3 years. I knew 90% of his life. And I say 90% because I went through all his stuff and I knew 90% of his life once I went through all his things. So I had to tell him to stop. And I had to be strong and I had to put all my emotions and everything to the side, okay? And I did. Now, one of the things that I asked them, once everything got done, they left, everything, the hospice company was amazing with me. Usually a body will sit there until, I don't know, 10, 12 hours. To me, my hospice company picked them up in, I want to say maybe 2 hours, maybe less than 2 hours, an hour and a half. I don't know. I can't remember, okay, because I'm already in shock. The police officer, before the police officer left, I said to him, I said, hey, look, I lost an 80-year-old. My Rosemary, when I went in there, I remember what they did to me. I said, and I remember the police officers looking for any kind of fault on the provider. I'm the provider, and they told me, no, you're cleared. It looks like she died from natural causes. And I was cleared. I said, so I need you to tell me if you guys suspect me of doing anything to him. And they said, no. The gentleman said, no, Sandra. He said, if something would have been out of the ordinary, you wouldn't be standing here. I said, okay, I just want to clarify that. I sat in my front yard on a chair. My mind wanted to get up and my body was not moving. I probably smoked 2 packs of cigarettes, okay, just sitting there, thinking, hurting, crying. My mom told me, she happened to so call me on Messenger. And I said to my mother, Mother, you need to get your things into order. Get all your affairs in order, Mother. I have power of attorney over John. The facility that he lived in did not like me. I got an investigator. I never got a response. I had to act quickly. Half of John's belongings were moved. Because that's what he wanted me to do. When someone dies, they come and they pick the bones, you guys. Well, they're gone. What do they need? I have John's car. It's a Volkswagen. And the reverse gear, it's a stick shift. The reverse gear is on the top. I also have a Saturn. The reverse gear is on the bottom. John had given me his car. He said, you'll take care of me, Sandra. When he gave me power of attorney, he said to me, Sandra, if I want power of attorney back, will you give it back to me? And I said, of course, John. His friend jeopardized his housing. Didn't fill out the paperwork. His ex-wife went on vacation. And I separated myself because I didn't want to cause any problems. John was caught in a triangle where he was losing his home. His friends had not taken care of his belongings properly. He was in a triangle. Thank you, Lupe. Here's the thing, though. I made a promise. I told John, you know what, John? I promise you I'm never going to leave you. I'm never going to leave you until the day that you tell me to leave. 2 days before he passed away, I said, John, I'm tired. Your friend called the police department and said that there was an elder abuse phone call. John, I'm tired. They won't let me into your apartment and I have power of attorney. John, I'm tired. I can't sleep. I can't eat. John, I'm tired. I don't want to fight with the whole world to take care of you, John. I did. I was fighting with the whole world. And all I wanted to do was help him. But I myself was getting tired. I received a phone call 2 weeks ago from some deputy director, whatever. If anybody calls you, you guys, they want to know if they're speaking to Sandra Ayon. And I said to her, I'm sorry, who's calling? And what is this in regards to? And do you have a phone number where I can reach you? Where you can be reached. Not I can reach you, because then I admit that I am who I am. She said to me, well, I don't understand why it's so difficult for you to tell me who you are. That's not the point. The point is you're calling this number looking for information. And if you are a public official, then you have the responsibility to identify yourself. So what is your name and how do you spell it? And where do you have a phone number where you can be reached? She gave it to me. Once I had that information, because I wasn't going to voluntarily, give them any information, because I don't know who's calling. Everybody's attacking me. John's been dead for two months and a half. Everybody wants whatever they had. The facility where he's living at, they're just terrible to me. The detective never called me back. And I'm sitting here with pain. I'm sitting here hurting. I'm sitting here crying. I'm sitting here. It's not fair. But God is good. And He's going to take care of me. So that is the pain that I have been going through for the past 3 months, you guys. I wanted to tell you guys so bad. Before John died, he wanted me to sign checks for him to pay his bills. I said, I can't sign your checks, John, until I have proper authorization for these checks. I need power of attorney. Do you trust me? He said, of course I trust you, Sandra. I want to be with you. He begged me to stay there with me. I told him, I promised you I wasn't going to leave you, and I'm not going to leave you until the day that you die, John. I will always be here with you. And I did that. I know what he wants for his remains. I'm going to do it. Because that's what he wanted. So is it principles, is it morals, or is it ethical things that we have to worry about? My conscience sits on principles. It sits on my morals. Thank you so much, sweetheart. I need you guys to understand that when you find someone that you take care of, and that person has no one, and they trust you, I wouldn't be on John's credit cards. I wouldn't be on his insurance. I wouldn't be on his AAA. I wouldn't be on so many other things. That John wanted to marry me because he was afraid that Trump was going to kick me out. And I'm like, John, I don't know about marriage, man. I love you, but yeah, that's not the type of person I am. I'm not interested in seeing what I can gain, I could have become a gold star mother if I wanted to, a year and a half ago. His friends are still attacking me. His friend Glenn said to me, oh, how nice of you. Now you're going to come up on his stuff. And I'm thinking, dude, I'd give everything. I'd get everything I have to bring my Rosemary and my John back. I fought so hard for them, you guys. But even Rosemary's family accused me of stealing. They accused me of stealing. Taking from them. Taking from her. And all I really did was give her. And at the end of the day, you guys, I can hold my head up high. And know that what I did was right. Even if nobody believes me, it doesn't matter. There's just me and God judging me. So why am I so depressed? Why am I so hurt? Because I miss my friends. Those were my friends. My Rosemary gave me the weather, and John talked to me about politics. And I'm so lost without them. I'm lost. I don't want to look at the Weather Channel. I don't know how hot it's going to be today. I don't even care. I'll just deal with it. Politics, please. Don't want to hear it. It's irrelevant without John's opinion. They gave me medication for the depression just to keep me going, because I walked into the office and I told the doctor, I can't deal with this, you guys. I can't. Please help me. Help me. And they did. They gave me medication, and now I think I need to just kind of make it higher, a little higher, just so I could bear with it. I've taken care of you guys. I take care of my responsibilities. But I mentioned to you guys in office, right? And I was so hurt. So hurt. I have everything I need except proof of my income. Why? Because I haven't done my timesheet since January. Okay? I haven't filed for my unemployment since January. I have no proof of income because I was more focused on taking care of John, taking care of Chuck. So my office is gone. But only God knows why he does what he does. I'm going to keep going. I'm going to keep going. I submitted the power of attorney to the deputy director that asked me for it. They said that I have a durable power of attorney. Durable power of attorney means that I can make decisions for him. Now they're trying to figure out if I could make decisions for John while he was alive. I don't know if I can make decisions for John now that he's passed. John's gone. I'm never going to get him back. And these are the tears in the previous videos that you guys see that I wanted to tell you guys. The pain, the hurt. So what I did today is I picked up the phone and I called my company and I said to them, I need help. I need counseling. I miss my friends. And that's the job of a home care provider. When my mom told me you're not strong enough to do this kind of job, I said, no, Mom, you're wrong. I have the right to be angry. I have the right to be happy. I have the right to be sad. I am human. So don't tell me what I'm strong enough to be and what I'm not strong enough to be. I am strong enough to take this job on. I just have to handle my business. So if the Lord did not want to give me that office that I wanted, because my main goal was to assist people in the San Bernardino County, then God has a purpose, you guys. God has a purpose. And I have to keep my head held up high, and I have to believe that my big mouth is going to get somewhere. And my big mouth is going to help people. And that's what I'm here for. The family, the friends are going to look at this video and try to attack me. It's okay. I didn't do anything wrong. I took care of him. For 3 years, no one was there. No one was there except one of my girls that was helping me, and then the other 2 girls that I hired while they were at my house, and my son. That was the only people that was around him for 3 years. So I'm still fighting with this problem. They think that I wanted his car. They think I wanted his money. They think I wanted his things. John didn't have anything but bills, which I was paying. I paid the rent. The facility didn't let me in. I have a case, but God is just. And karma. Karma always comes back. And I don't wish anybody wrong. But I wanted you guys as my followers and as people that listen to the things that I say, I wanted you guys to hear what I have to say. Be very careful, you guys. Make sure you guys cover your grounds. But above all, make sure your head is held up high. Held up high, like mine is. Because we did the right thing. That's what a home care provider does. They do the right thing. I have to figure out funeral bearings. I have to figure out emotionally I'm not there. That's been part of the reason why I haven't really paid attention to a lot of you guys, because I'm emotionally distraught. Okay, but I'm gonna go get some help. I'm gonna be okay. I called another location and let me see what I can do there. I'll do my 6 months of timesheets that I haven't done. I don't know. I'll figure something out. But I love my John. I loved him so much. He was such a great person, so unique. And I have both of his sons' flags. So if you're listening to me, his ex-wife, you told me never to call you and never to text you again. I'm a woman of my word. I won't. I won't text you and I won't call you. But I hope you see this, because I have no right keeping your son's flags. John had 2 sons that died in the war, Sean and Andy. And I polish them every day. I make sure they're nice and clean. And whenever you're ready, his ex-wife, to come and get your son's flags, come and get them, because they served our country. And I'll give them to you. I'll give them to you. Because they're not for me to keep. I don't want anything. I can't have John back. Nothing can replace him. So I want you guys to love your people unconditionally. Just love them. Do what you want to make them happy. My son is 26 years old, and I said to him, and he doesn't believe in God, and I said to him, you know, son, everything you do, you're going to get blessed for that. And he looked at me and he says, I know, Mom. And that's already a step in the way of the Lord. I was like, thank you, Lord. Thank you. He's seen. I love you guys. I'm here to help you guys. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for accepting me as a human person too. Because I'm human, I'm not perfect. Not even the president's perfect. It's hot out here. So I'm gonna get the refrigerator and the stove that I had bought from the previous tenants, because I tried to help them and they needed money, and I gave them money up front, and because they needed help. That's the car I was gonna buy. I was gonna buy a 1985 Regal. But now you guys know. John's dead. He died on March 2nd, 2020. And that's why I hate my memory. Try to treasure the ones that you have there with you, because they might be gone tomorrow. I love you guys. I care about you guys. And I just wanted to share. I'm not saying you're going to be the same. I'm just saying, just pay attention to what I said. I have some meaning towards it. If my experiences help you. No, IHS has never paid me. I wanted to fight that, but I was too tired of fighting. Because he never got evaluated. I turned in the application on January 28th, and his appointment was on March 11th. He never got evaluated, therefore the case was dismissed and withdrawn, and it was no good. So every expense and everything I had to pay my girls to take care of him, I had to pay for it out of my pocket. It's okay, it's only money. But the quality of life that he led, He was happy he wanted to be with me, even though I was nobody but a chubby Mexican girl with an attitude, you know? I was the only one that was there for him. 3 years, I never failed him. Never failed him. Always there. And I kept my promise. And now I just got one more promise to keep. And I'm going to keep that promise too. So God bless you guys. Be good. Take care of your people. Take a look at my power of attorney videos. Take a look at getting authorization, becoming an authorized representative. Go to the bank and the Social Security and become a representative payee. Take care of the people you love. Take care of the people you love, because you know what? They're not going to be here very long, and you're the only one that they're counting on to get things done right. And I was one of those. I gotta go pee. I'm tired and I need to rest. And I just wanted to tell you guys, I'll sit here and listen to some more yoga music, you know? Maybe I'll get my tummy tuck here soon. I don't know. Oh, rotate device. Okay, rotating device. Don't know where I'm at. I love you guys. Be good, okay? My phone number is 562-281-3219. And I'm still going to work on an office because I want to help you guys. God bless you guys and be good. Thank you for watching.